Have you ever wondered what happened in Palestine in 1968? It was a year marked by significant events that would shape the course of history in the region. The year 1968 was a turning point in Palestine's history, a time when the country was under Israeli occupation following the Six-Day War of 1967. The events of this year would have a lasting impact on the region and the world at large. In the early months of the year, tensions were high. On March 21st, the Palestine Liberation Organization, or PLO, adopted the Palestine National Charter, also known as the Palestinian Covenant. This document asserted the Palestinians' right to self-determination and their commitment to liberating Palestine through armed struggle. By July of 1968, the PLO had gained recognition from the Arab League as the sole legitimate representative of the Palestinian people. This recognition significantly boosted the organization's standing on the international stage, allowing it to engage in diplomatic and political actions to further its cause. Meanwhile, on the ground in Palestine, the situation was becoming increasingly volatile. The Israeli occupation was met with resistance from Palestinian factions. One such faction was Fatah, a political and military organization that had been conducting guerrilla warfare against Israel since the early 1960s. In December 1968, the conflict escalated further when Israel launched an attack on Beirut International Airport in Lebanon, destroying 13 civilian airplanes in response to an attack by the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. This act of aggression marked a significant escalation in the conflict, setting the stage for further violence in the years to come. In the midst of this turmoil, Palestinian society was undergoing profound transformations. The events of 1968 led to a surge in Palestinian nationalism, solidifying the Palestinian sense of a shared national identity and common struggle against Israeli occupation. In essence, the year 1968 was a pivotal moment in Palestine's history. It was a year of conflict and resistance, but also a year of unity and determination. It marked the adoption of the Palestine National Charter, the recognition of the PLO by the Arab League, and the escalation of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It was a year that would leave a lasting imprint on the course of Palestinian history, shaping the national consciousness and setting the stage for the struggles that continue to this day. So, to recap, the main points covered in this video include the adoption of the Palestine National Charter, the recognition of the PLO by the Arab League, the escalation of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, and the profound transformations in Palestinian society. These events of 1968 marked a significant turning point in the history of Palestine, laying the groundwork for the ongoing struggle for self-determination and liberation. One of the pivotal events of 1968 which cannot go unmentioned was the Battle of Al-Karama. This battle was a significant military engagement that took place in the Jordan Valley. It marked a major escalation in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, being the first large-scale engagement between the two parties. On one side was the Israeli Defense Forces, and on the other, the Palestinian fighters, primarily from the Palestine Liberation Organization. Despite being heavily outnumbered, the Palestinians put up a courageous fight, turning an expected defeat into a moral victory. The battle had far-reaching consequences. It was seen as a victory for the Palestinians, not because of the military outcome, which was inconclusive, but because of the psychological boost it gave the Palestinian fighters. This led to increased support for the PLO, both domestically and internationally, further fueling the Palestinian struggle for self-determination. This was no ordinary battle. The Battle of Al-Karama was a turning point in the Palestinian struggle, marking the beginning of a new phase in their fight for liberation. It was a testament to their resilience and determination to fight for their land, their rights, and their freedom. The echo of this battle still resonates in the hearts of Palestinians today. Following the Battle of Al-Karama, the year 1968 was not only about political shifts and battles, but also about the immense scale of destruction that befell the Palestinian people. The aftermath of the battle saw widespread destruction of Palestinian homes and critical infrastructure, leaving thousands in dire conditions. The Israeli forces, in their pursuit of Palestinian fighters, left a swath of devastation in their wake. Residential areas were reduced to rubble, roads were torn apart, and essential services like hospitals and schools were not spared. This destruction was not just physical, it resulted in the displacement of thousands of Palestinians, who were forced to leave their homes and seek refuge in neighboring countries, forever altering the demographic landscape of the region. Beyond the physical damage and displacement, the violence of 1968 had a profound psychological impact on the Palestinian population. The constant fear of bombardments, the loss of loved ones, and the uncertainty of the future left deep emotional scars. The struggle for survival became a daily ordeal for many Palestinians, both those who stayed and those who left. The scale of destruction in 1968 was a stark reminder of the harsh realities of occupation and conflict. It was a year that saw the Palestinian people endure immense suffering and hardship. Yet despite all this, they remained resilient, their spirit unbroken, their resolve unwavering. In the face of adversity, their determination to fight for their rights and freedom remained stronger than ever. As we move forward in our exploration of 1968, let's keep in mind the human cost and the enduring spirit of resistance that marked this year. Following the scale of destruction, it's essential to delve deeper into the violence and cruelty that was inflicted upon the Palestinians in 1968. This was not just a year of political shifts and battles, but also a year marked by numerous incidents of extreme violence and cruelty against the Palestinian people. The Israeli forces not only caused widespread physical damage but also committed gross human rights abuses. These abuses ranged from extrajudicial killings to arbitrary arrests and detentions, torture in custody, and forced displacement. Violations of international law were rampant and unchecked. The world watched in horror as the Palestinian people were subjected to unimaginable suffering and hardship. As we recount these incidents, it's crucial to remember that behind every statistic, there was a human story of pain, loss, and resilience. Yet, in the face of such adversity and against all odds, the Palestinian spirit remained unbroken. Their resilience was remarkable, their resistance unwavering. They continued their struggle for dignity, rights, and freedom, refusing to be silenced or broken. Despite the violence and cruelty, the spirit of resistance among the Palestinians remained stronger than ever, a testament to their indomitable will and determination. As we move forward, we carry with us these stories of human resilience amidst immense suffering, reminding us of the real cost of conflict and the enduring spirit of resistance.